Let's bring you some entertainment news now. And Judita Da Silva joins me live from London. Hello, Judita. Good to see you. Now, let's start off.
Hi.
Yes, let's start off on social media. There's renewed outrage, of course, over the case of Yahaya Sharif Aminu, who ended up on death row because of a WhatsApp message that was considered blasphemous. Now, a last-minute Supreme Court appeal has people talking again.
Yes, it does. So this is kind of, it's a remarkable one because it began five years ago, as you said. He posted some song lyrics on WhatsApp, which were deemed to be blasphemous. It resulted in his house being burned to the ground, and he was arrested. And under a Sharia court, he was found guilty of blasphemy and sentenced to death by hanging. Then a high court in Kano said that there was problems with the case. He didn't even have legal representation, so they overturned it. But instead of setting him free, they said that he had to be tried again. Since then, he'd been waiting for a new trial, and then the time had elapsed to actually lodge an appeal with the highest court in Nigeria, which is the Supreme Court. But they accepted the pleas for this to be put through anyway, and they've rushed it through today. And so now the decision is going to be that if the Supreme Court upholds his original verdict, he will be sentenced to death. But if he manages to get this appeal approved, he would be set free. But the reason everyone on social media is talking about this so much is because of the time it comes at. We're seeing remember in the past 5 years, we've got Trump back in office. We've got the war on free speech. We've got the Western world shifting in its attitudes towards migration. Look at what's happening in the UK, what's happening in Gaza. There's a whole shift in the attitude towards Islam in general, and the understanding of freedom of faith, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the genders. And so this particularly because of the proliferation of how social media discusses topics that speak to the freedoms of people. Everyone's talking about this because this young musician who was on WhatsApp and had his messages policed and as a result has lost his freedom and could potentially lose his life. It strikes a chord with Gen Z, with young people who feel that social media is the last bastion of a freedom of expression and truly feeling like I can rage against the machine and speak truth to power without fear of consequence, or just the liberty of my ability to be a human being. So that's what's got everybody very riled up.
Yes, indeed. And of course, I mean, the case has caught international attention because it struck a chord with a lot of people, and rightly so too.
Yes, because the UN, the European governments have all condemned this and said that it violates fundamental human rights. And Nigeria, the Supreme Court has to be very careful because the decision they make now will have international geopolitical reverberations. Because think back to when President Obama said because of the perception of corruption in Nigeria, he wasn't going to visit. Nigeria is like the jewel of Africa. What goes on here, the whole world will know about. And if they see such a fundamental violation of a young person's human rights, people in the West will have a reaction, like people all over the world. We've seen what happened to Netanyahu at the NGA. They will have a reaction to this. So Nigeria should not think it operates in a silo when it comes to this young man's case.
Yes, indeed. Now, moving on to music, Afrobeats hit producer Sarz released his new album today, and it has kept people talking since he teased its release. So does it sound like it could deliver more success for him?
It sounds like it could, because it's pretty much a very comprehensive spectrum of his talent, because it's got everyone from Wizkid to Ashake to Shali Poppy to Victoni to Joe Boy to the Ndlovu Youth Choir from South Africa to Tenny. He has ballads, he has dance hits. It's basically showing the talent of a producer to curate music that shows a spectrum of talent. So when it comes to will I find something for me, I think the answer is yes, because he's been very diligent in showing that there is a whole pastiche of entertainment that a single talent can provide on this record.
Yes, indeed. And with everyone from DJ Khalid to Calvin Harris to our own Don Jazzy, we often see the talent behind the scenes, step front and center. So why do the producers like to make that transition into the spotlight?
It's a curious thing because people like Quincy Jones and Babyface and all, Jermaine Dupri have talked about it. When you are a very creative mind, there are limitations to just how much you can do through someone else's talent. And when you see the likes of a DJ Khaled, who Sarz is like, where you can assemble every voice you need for the precise sound, being the architect and the driving force of your own material, you truly get that catharsis of getting everything you need out, as opposed to just one track on one album for one artist. So it's that desire for freedom that every creative mind has that drives sometimes people who are used to being behind the scenes to saying, no, I'm going to step into the driving seat and put my name on the line to show what I truly have inside me.
Absolutely, and no harm in trying your hands, at other things. I mean, most people are actually multi-talented, and why not express it? Judita da Silva, thank you very much. This is where I wish you an amazing weekend. And of course, to our viewers too. Yeah, thank you very much.